don't want to see politicians engaged in operational issues, conducting raids. That is not their work. Let our brothers and sisters who are elected leaders serve the people according to their mandate, which includes building schools, hospitals, providing water and electricity. They must stay away from law enforcement and leave it exclusively to law enforcement agencies. I also want to underscore that other than this problem, we have a problem of land fraud in this county. Certain parts of this county, especially Athi River, Mavoko, and the adjoining areas, Kamulu and others, where land fraudsters conniving and in cahoots with corrupted public officials have engaged in fraudulent issuance of title deeds that are not genuine. Secondly, the invasion of people's private property by hired goons who are paid to unleash violence to genuine landowners. And there are others who have invaded large tracts of public land. And therefore, we are going also to come heavily to enforce the law, to get rid of all organized criminal gangs that are terrorizing the people, including genuine landowners of private and public land. We know some of them are able to succeed because they are in cahoots with some crooked officials from the Ministry of Lands and the Survey of Kenya. Some are in cahoots with a few crooked law enforcement officials, including Ngao officers and police officers. And therefore, we will categorize all the culprits, the land grabbers, the organized criminal gangs, the corrupted public officials, and the corrupted law enforcement officials. Will categorize them as one. They are all criminals, and we will get rid of these criminals in the shortest time possible. We have a challenge of the transportation of aliens through this county, especially from the Kitui-Machakos Highway, but also other smaller routes in between Tala, Machakos, and some of these aliens pose a threat to our national security. And therefore, I have directed our security agencies in this county to upgrade their surveillance and law enforcement along the main highways, that is the Kitui-Machakos Highway, the Mombasa-Nairobi Highway, the Athi River-Namanga Highway, but also other smaller routes in between where these criminals are perpetuating their crime. And that also includes the Thika-Garissa Highway. It is of concern to us also that a national asset, namely the standard gauge railway, built by the sweat and the money of the people of Kenya, is being vandalized by criminals who are looking for scrap metal to sell to scrap metal dealers. I want to put on notice all scrap metal dealers and those criminals who are destroying the critical infrastructure that is our railway, so that to get a few coins, they must look for something else to do. I have gazetted the standard gauge railway and indeed the entire railway network, together with other critical infrastructures like the Thwake Dam, Sasumwa Dam, Dakaine Dam, all the major electric supply cables and pylons. I have categorized all that critical infrastructure, including the oil pipeline, to come now under the protection of the Protected Areas Act, which is the most severe legislation. And any person, therefore, who is found without reason in or within the premises of the standard gauge railway or the other critical infrastructure which I have mentioned, including critical electric supply lines, critical water reservoirs serving large amounts of people with water, power, and transportation. Any person found within those premises without any reasonable cause will be dealt with in accordance with the Protected Areas Act, Cap 204 of the laws of Kenya. That law empowers law enforcement officers to use force to remove people from those facilities. And it's a summary procedure that is applied there. There is no room for discussions and no other. It's the same law that protects all the other highly sensitive security installations, including the State House. So it's not a joke. Wale watoto na vijana wanaenda kutafuta chuma pale kwa reli ya kuuza. Sheria imetumika sasa, ambayo ni sheria ya sehemu ambazo zimepewa ulinzi mkali na maafisa wetu wa polisi na wale wengine ambao wanasimamia sehemu hizo wako na ruhusa wa kisheria kutumia nguvu kuondoa watu wale, kwa sababu wewe ukiwa mwizi wa chuma, wewe ukiwa mwizi wa scrap metal, unafikiri unaiba ile chuma ama unaiba ile bolt ama ile nut ndio upewe shilingi 200, lakini vile unavyofanya pale ni kuhatarisha maisha ya Wakenya wale ambao wanatumia gari ya moshi, kwa sababu ukihitilafiana na ule muundo msingi wa reli, kuna uwezekano wa ile reli kuanguka. Na unajua reli inabeba watu wengi na vifaa vingi vya dhamani. Kwa hivyo hakuna tofauti ya mwenye anahitilafiana na usalama wa reli na magaidi wa Al-Shabaab na wale magaidi wengine sugu. So the SGR, the railway network, critical water reservoirs, critical electricity pylons are now not only protected by our critical infrastructure police unit SIPU and the water protection unit of our National Police Service, but also they are now protected under